This is Math 1.6. We're still in our first chapter. We're now on our sixth lesson. Okay, 1.6. Learning target for this one is to determine if two ratios are equivalent. Are two ratios equal? It's kind of like saying are two fractions equal. Okay, they might not be the same number. It might not be like 3/4 equals 3/4. But you're saying does 3/4 equal 6/8? So you have two ratios, you have two fractions, and are they equal or are they not? So we want to be able to determine that. Okay, that's our learning target. We should be able to determine that when we're done with 1.6. All right, let's look. We could use the unit rate. Remember we talked about getting it down to the unit rate, and that's kind of simplifying it so that it's just one unit, and then we can see if they're equal. So what we have here is 36 t-shirts in 3 boxes. Is that ratio equivalent to 60 t-shirts in 6 boxes? So I'm going to go 36. I'm going to put a little t there. I'll do t-shirt. T-shirt, 3 box. Okay? So that's the fraction, or the ratio, for this right here. Now, over here we have 60 t-shirts, and we have 6 boxes. Okay? So now I'm going to take one at a time. I'm going to get the unit. I'm going to get how many are in one box of each. All right? So if I want to go here, be one box, I have to divide this by 3. 3 divided by 3 equals 1 box. 36 divided by 3 is 12. Okay? So my unit rate is for every 1 box right here. Every 1 box, I get 12 shirts. Now, if this is the same, then I'll know these are equivalent. Let's see. I want to get this to be 1 box. 6 divided by 6. I got to do the same to the top and bottom. 60 divided by 6 is 10. Okay, so on this one, I'm getting 10 shirts in every box. These are not equal. These are not equivalent. For every box over here, I get 2 more shirts than this one. All right, so I've compared these two ratios. They are not equivalent, not the same. No, you're getting less shirts in a box over here, more shirts in a box over here. Okay, let's do it with this one too. We'll do the same where we get it down to the unit. Okay, so I have 42 flowers, and that's in 7 bases. Over here, I have 54 flowers in 9 bases. Okay, bases. Kind of sloppy. I'm not taking as much time as I should. I know you'll be much neater as you're taking notes. Okay, so now I want to get this down to the unit. I'm going to see if I can get it down to 1 base. 1 base. Okay? So to go from there to there, I divide 7 by 7, it gets me to 1. That, I don't want to do that. That divided by 7. 42 divided by 7 is 6. Okay, so the ratio is 6 flowers for 1 base. 6 flowers for 1 base. Let's come over here. I want to get this to 1 base also. Then I'll have my unit at 1 unit. 9 divided by 9 equals my 1 base. 54 divided by 9 is 6 flowers. Okay? So this ratio is 6 to 1. This is 6 to 1. They are equivalent. It's the same ratio. 42 flowers in 7 bases is the same ratio of 54 flowers in 9 bases. Okay, you took it down to the 1 unit, and you compared it. And when you took it down to the 1 unit, you got 6 to 1, 6 to 1. Exactly the same. Okay? Now, let's look over here, and instead of thinking getting it down to 1 unit, let's just compare some fractions. So, there's a couple ways we can do this. 3 free throws made out of 7 attempts. 3 free throws, FT, made out of 7 ATT attempts. Okay? So 3 free throws made, 7 attempts. Is that equal to 9 free throws made out of 14 attempts. Okay? I'm going to say they're equal to begin with, but we got to figure it out. Now, two ways to do this. If you have the same thing going from here to here as here to here, like if you're doing the same thing to the top as you do to the bottom, then you're equivalent. So 3 times 3 equals 9. If 3 times 3 equals 14, oh, wait a minute. 7 times 3 is 21. So this is times 2. Times 3 over here and times 2. So it is not equivalent. Those are not the same ratio. Okay, you compared the two fractions, compared the two ratios, and found out they're not. The other way you can do it is kind of the crisscross method. You times this way, and you times this way. So 7 times 9, 63. 14 times 3 is 42. And then you look at this number and this number. 42 and 63, are they the same? Nope. Not equivalent. Let me show you. Well, let's take the t-shirts. Well, I'll just do one like this. Let's do 2/5 equals 4/10. So I know these are equal. Going from here to here is times 2. Going from here to here is times 2. Equivalent, equal. Let's do the crisscross method. 10 times 2 is 20. 5 times 4 is 20. 20, 20. Equivalent, same number, means they're equal. All right, I've given you some strategies here, different ways to look at ratios to determine are they equivalent or are they not. And hopefully, after doing the guided practice, doing some independent practice, you will be able to determine if a ratio, two ratios, are equivalent.